Greetings! You have a sharp look to you, traveler. My name is Azandar. I'm an arcanist, and I'm hoping we can help each other out. I've decades of esoteric knowledge, a bit of coin, and a convivial attitude. What do you say? I'd like your help tracking down a former associate of mine. I was attempting to create a relic of great power, and now find my fate frayed, for lack of a better term. I call this relic the Fateweaver Key. Martina was a brilliant collaborator, and may be able to identify where I went wrong. To find her, we'll need to find a tome, summon a Daedra, and brave the terrors of Apocrypha. What do you say? Join me in an exploration into the unknown? I'm looking forward to our collaboration. As I said, we'll need a book on Daedra summoning to get us on the right track. Let's convene in the center of Cypher's Midden. Is there anything I can clarify for you before we begin? The stacks aren't far at all. I'll see you there.
Let's go.
The search for knowledge begins! Ha! I have no idea where in Orbis to look for my old colleague Martina. But I know she was working with a Daedric consultant, a creature named Tim. If we can summon Tim, we can find Martina. Indubitably, I knew I was right about you. Now, an esteemed elder within the ciphers once summoned forth this Daedra. If we can find the notes from this elder, you and I can summon Tim and engage in parley. You've never been to the Library of Dusk, I take it. Or the forbidden section of Gwillem University. Dedicated scholars must develop their own search magics. I'll begin the incantation. Just be ready for anything. Apocrypha is full of surprises. Incantus eruditum, abyssal sea, hear my call. Find the secrets beneath this scroll. The rune form is complete. Follow where it leads. Aha! The book we need is in that pile. There. A tome show has the text. Get after it. The chase is on. Excellent work. Ha! That was bracing. Pity the tome will smell like transliminal parasite now. Let's see what it says. Here's the ritual to summon Tim. Easy enough, just a question of the appropriate summoning materials. We'll need expunged tome dust, the talon of a seeker, and black ichor from the spoomy pools of Apocrypha. Let me mark your map. Seekers tend the flora of the region. Their talons often break off in the resin. And there should be plenty of tome dust scraped from parchment in the Cypher's Midden expungatory. Try to get some from a Daedric incantation. I'll procure that, worry not. Don't want you to think I'm taking advantage of your assistance. Once you have the dust and talon, we'll meet back up at the ritual site I've marked on your map. What do you say? The tome dust should be found in the Cypher's Midden expungatory, while seekers tend to congregate around those resin plants to the southwest. Easy enough, and soon we'll be talking to Tim.
Here we go.
be careful. Don't rush about and scatter the dust. Ugh, such drivel in some of these old spells.
On the move. Oh, nice. What did you find?
Begone! My fate line is my own. Did you hear? Never mind. Welcome. This should be most illuminating. Ah, my new collaborator. Good to see you again. By Mora's eyes, these frayed fates are becoming increasingly annoying. I look forward to putting them to bed, as it were. Do you have the items we need to summon our Daedric consultant? Peerless work! Let's see. Here's the Ichor. Unpleasant to gather, but I've done worse in my day. Now then, I'll light the fonts and begin the incantation. As we go, I'll need you to offer up the Tome Dust, Talon, and Ichor, in that order. Just so. With any luck, this Tem can tell us where the whims of fate have led Martina. If this doesn't work, well, I'm sure I'll think of something. But let's hope it works, eh? Onward! We light flames to summon Tem, the omen of destiny. Come before us! Offer the dust of an ancient spell. I seek the location of my former colleague, Martina Abor. Recalcitrant, are we? We offer the talon of a seeker. I need Martina to correct an error. Where are they? Daedra, I have called, and you must answer. With Ichor as payment, I command you. Where can I find Martina Abor? The audacity of that creature! went rather well. It seems we're off to the Underweave. Oh, exciting! The Underweave is a powerful nexus of fated potential in Chroma Incognito. Terribly powerful, terribly dangerous. Sounds just like Martina to set up a lab there. Onward and upward! Am I? No, not particularly. Daedra are strange beasts, you know. Their concept of mortality, time, and danger are very different from our own. Clearly, there have been some unintended consequences, but nothing the two of us can't handle. The Underweave is a powerful nexus of fated... We were excellent collaborators. Together we gathered power from across the Daedric realms. But in the end, she had very different goals than I do. Nothing else, damn it. I want to have some fun. Yes, of that I have no doubt. Martina is a consummate professional. Just don't get her started on the transliminal properties of exogenic materials or the writings of Dino Gorath, the Dread Archivist. We'll be there all day.
Back in the saddle.
Not to belabor the obvious, but we'll need to be careful here. We should make haste to the heart of the Underweave and find Martina's sanctum. Onward and upward! The Fateweaver key is palpitating, pulling me. Off to the east? Fascinating. Something in Martina's sanctum must be synergizing with the relic. Let's find that laboratory. To the heart of the Underweave.
surprise. I'm actually happy to see you, meddler. My work in the streams has come to fruition. But never mind that, there's more work ahead. Over here, if you please. I was wondering if this was the day you meet me for the first time. You'll be pleased to learn you're just in time to help me. I know where the fated glyphic is, so there's no need for that silly boon. Besides, you'll look ridiculous. Ah, this again. You may not have met me yet, but I've met you. I am quite familiar with you and your meddling antics. Now, let's focus on the matter at hand. It's very important that I don't miss my chance to access Mora's fated glyphic. Forces beyond your understanding ordained that I must come into possession of this glyphic. Since Hermaeus Mora rarely lets such a valuable object leave his personal collection, I simply charmed the Watchling into misplacing it. Yes, I deceived the Watchling. How morally gray of me. Listen closely. You need me to locate the glyphic for your Daedric friend. However, the Nemesis looms make my presence here tenuous. If you can shut them off, you'll help everyone. Good! You're always one for action, aren't you? The Nemesis looms are powerful devices that unweave bits of reality. For example, these failed fates. You'll find them contained in the Nulla Factory, just ahead past the cells. I'll meet you there. If it's any consolation, Watchling, you performed your role admirably. Now, to the Nemesis looms. It will take the two of us to disable each loom. I'm terrified. Come now, meddler. On to the next loom. My presence solidifying. Come now, let's shut this one down as well. Onwards! The next loom is close by. Solid enough to regain my sense of smell. disabled, we need only check the Underweave's trash heap. Onwards, meddler! It's unfortunate we couldn't reach the glyphic before its unweaving, but all is not lost. If we work quickly, we should be able to salvage the magics still held within the fractured glyphic. I'll need your assistance once more, of course. I took steps to prepare for this possibility. The benefit of shutting down the Nemesis looms was twofold. It allowed me to maintain a more stable presence in this realm, and it unhindered my spellcasting abilities. We'll take the glyphic's remains to the heart of Underweave. There, I should be able to siphon enough energy to restore it. But be prepared. The heart may be heavily guarded. Bring what's left of the glyphic and meet me there, meddler. Let's hurry along, then. The heart of Underweave can be found to the south, on the other side of the courtyard. I'll meet you there. Just wade across the detritus of failed fates and go up the steps. Can't miss it. First of all, the active Nemesis looms muddied my sight. I had no way to know where the glyphic was. Secondly, there's no use in crying over spilled fates. The sooner we get to the heart, the sooner we can put this all behind us. Well done. Now, out to the courtyard. We'll meet in the heart of Underweave. fractured glyphic on the altar. There's not a moment to lose. Grab the glyphic before the entropic bubble collapses! Bending time really puts a kink in your neck. Let's reconvene outside Underweave. I'm sure this display of temporal magic raised a few alarms.
Why must the most brilliant among us fall to curiosity's blade? Take a look around, if you don't mind. I need a moment. Martina was a zealous note-taker. That may be helpful to our inquiry. No idea what that concoction is. Curious. Perhaps you, Come. Let's talk. I wish I could say this was the first time I found an old friend dead. But I cannot. From the spell lattice surrounding them, I believe Martina's research may have followed a similar path to my own. Let's take a look at that journal. Martina says here she could somehow scry for the fates frayed from her timeline. Fascinating. She experimented with several different methods, including using her own blood. It's messy, dangerous, but perhaps effective. Yes, I believe so. I have some thoughts that need to germinate, and I'd like to dispel this ward. Take care of Martina. Let's return. I'll see you back at Cypher's Midden, my perspicacious collaborator. Just need to see to Martina. Here. Research, of course. Always research. Just like in the old days. Martina and I were excellent collaborators. I was the gab, the talker, the trader. But Martina was the silent strength. Astute observations after lengthy contemplation. I'm not quite sure. I think perhaps she was trying to manipulate fate itself. But I'd have to examine Martina's notes to fully understand what happened here. I hope I can honor Martina's memory somehow. I'll see you back at Cypher's Midden.
glad to see you didn't stumble into a hole in reality, Meddler. You really do make an invaluable field assistant, Meddler. Even your watchling friend here played his part expertly. Now please, the Glyphic. I can't stand to wait any longer. Curious. I've handled my fair share of fated Glyphics, but something about this one seems almost familiar. Like a tone ringing at the edge of my memory. A song, perhaps. A lullaby? How very strange. It's no secret my travels take me far and wide. I go to places far beyond what a simple compass or map might show. And in my travels, I heard an interesting rumor that the Prince of Knowledge had found a special fate. My fate, in fact. I believe it does. Whether it's one fate of many or a singular inevitable fate, I won't know until I activate it. Funny, after all this, I find myself hesitating. Give me a moment, Meddler. Perhaps take this time to calm your watchling friend. Well, here goes nothing, Cosma. Thaddeus, you must listen closely. The fate of the plains depends on it. So the rumors were true. Mora really did learn my fate. Don't talk over me! Understand that when the time comes, you must say no. I must say no? What in oblivion am I talking about? In my timeline, things didn't go exactly to plan. But I hope you'll glimpse this causality in enough time to change our fate. It seems the only person who can fix a Thaddeus Cosma mess is Thaddeus Cosma. How exciting.
Welcome. I've just been preparing. Pardon the simplicity of my setup here. Martina's research lives on. I believe with further development I can adapt her methods and modify the Fateweaver key itself. But let's crawl before we walk. First, we confirm if scrying for frayed fates is even possible. It's time to put my failure behind me. So far, the fates have come to me. With Martina's research, we can scry for one, find it, and shut it down. What do you think of that? This is why you make a good collaborator. Your focus. I place in your hands the Fateweaver key. Still flawed, unfortunately, but newly modified thanks to Martina's notes. Follow along with me, and we'll seek out a frayed fate. Observe this thaumaturgical quadrant. Gripping the key, activate each of the beacons. North of the region. I'll meet you there. That was rough, unrefined. I can do better. But we've got our first success, and a location. fathoms drift. We shall stitch together the unraveled threads of my fate. Mistakes made in forging the Fateweaver key will recede into the past. Together we will reap the rewards of knowledge, insight, and scholarship, just as Martina would have wanted. It's a sinkhole in reality, a graveyard for ships from across the realms. Hermaeus Mora is the Tide King after all. In his role as Master of the Seas and one whose tentacles rise from the deep, he claims sunken vessels to add to his trove. Truly, I have no Orbiso idea why a path unwalked would lead me there. But Martina was shrewd, clever, and other complimentary words. We can trust their work. Blast these frayed fates. Let's get in there and turn theory into practice, eh? Smooth these things back into the universe. First, we enter the drift and find the darn thing. The Fateweaver key in your able hands will lead us where we need to go. Now, properly attuned, it should allow you to tug on the threads that bind my fate to me. We use the Fateweaver key itself to bind this frayed fate back into the fabric of the universe. I'm not, well, to be totally honest, I'm not exactly sure what that will look like. But we're armed with a dead friend's knowledge. We'll see it done. Into the drift! Huzzah!
Now this is why I joined you. This place is great.
The Fateweaver key will be our guide. It should make visible the threads that bind me to the nearby frayed fate.
Stay gone. Start up. Get moving.
Turn it upward, as always.
Azandar see you safely to your rest.
Up the ramp! I think I see something! Look there! This distortion is a frayed fate. Let's pull this situation into focus.
Off the deck, Azandar. Stop lollygagging, Azandar. I'm tired of all this.
What? A sailor? How odd. I haven't wanted to be a sailor since I was a child.
Bilge rats and stale bread. I'll never make it to first mate.
Twitching tentacles! What is that? Here's the key. These room forms should banish that thing. It worked! Oh, I wasn't sure it would. What we just witnessed. Distressing, horrid, disconcerting. Apologies, cohort. I'm free associating to deal with my emotions. Of course, just processing. Tem, it seems, was telling the truth. Afraid fate has grown in strength somehow. Become adversarial. Allow me to take back the Fateweaver key. I'll need to consider this new information. The introduction of this adversary into the experiment was unforeseen. Let's reconvene in my room at Cypher's Midden. There you are! Come, let's talk. I'm ecstatic. Incredible. Somehow, my experiment seems to have created a new, previously unseen mystic phenomenon. One frayed fate consumed the other by means and for reasons unknown. I'd be even happier if it didn't want me dead. Ha! Yes. I mean, would I prefer this adversary enjoy a strenuous argument over a pot of tea? Without a doubt. But you have to understand, I believe the Fateweaver experiment was an abject failure. Indubitably. And mark me well, this discovery would not have been possible without your insights and abettance. We make a superlative research duo, you and I. I haven't had a competent cohort in some time. I must. My fate is still frayed after all. It must be restored and this dark being dealt with. But now, a question for you. Would you be willing, if you have the time and inclination, to continue our collaboration? Together, my new cohort, we began the work of understanding the nature of fate. We put an old friend to rest. And someday soon, we'll repair the key. But for now, accept my promised coin with enthusiastic thanks. Onward and upward! Together,
Azandar is
cohort,
with you.
we
I
will
can feel
accomplish
it.
stupendous things, remarkable things, for research!